Okay, well, that didn't take too long. This tree is just perfect state of decomposition for what I want to do. So it didn't take too long um, to gather what I needed for my garden. And tomatoes gonna love this, but in case you're wondering if this is fertile stuff, I mean, this tree has probably only been down for a couple days. I know it's only been down for like 3 days, maybe. And you can see there's already plants growing inside of this tree, and the forest is reclaiming it. And I'm gonna keep, leave plenty here for the forest, which is cool for the grass. But man, there's a lot here, so we'll bring some over. I mean, look at all the plant life. Stepping in a little poison ivy. Hopefully, it's too early to get it. Maybe not. But I mean, just look at this. It just comes apart, so it was real easy. I'm gonna take this. This was real easy to gather here. You can see it was easy to fill my wagon. All different types too. I've got some that's still a little hard, soft. I can break it up. I can leave it solid. You get the picture, right? So I'm gonna kind of film the walk back because I showed you in the last video the field, and here's that water running. I like that. Um, let's see if I can get the wagon not to dump out when I go over this water here. Oh, yeah. All right. Made it. So, like I said, I'm going to film the walk back because I want you to see the other field where people are growing and planting things, me included. Um, Part of this farm, too, is a cooperative, or I don't know what you want to call it. Um, but what it does is they take real refugees, I mean real hardcore refugees from around the world, and I know it has a church affiliation too, where they over the winter months they teach these people how to garden for profit. Actually, they give them pretty big spaces. They teach them how to plant, how to harvest, provide them with farmers markets and things like that they can sell on, and just feed their family. So it is cool for me to see people coming from other countries, and they work hard. I mean, they're hand tilling pretty good spots. I mean, the smallest spots they're hand tilling are like an eighth of an acre. And you see the women, children, the whole family coming out, working hard, planting food, all different cultures, um, doing healthy things. That's pretty cool. So this is like the shaded portion of the tour here. But it's a great spot. Great spot. All right, so I'm coming up to the field. And I like to, in the evening when I'm kind of finished with my stuff, I like walking around to see who planted what. I've learned a lot from the two girls who run this farm about what to plant, when to plant, how to plant. I pay them back with labor. I helped them plant onions the other day, and I got to tell you, my legs were sore from doing that. When you plant onions down a quarter of an acre straight, 4 or 5 rows of them, it takes a while. So here's some of the things people are planting along here. Here's a bunch of red cabbage. I planted hundreds of these nice organic heirloom green cabbages. They say green cabbages don't do so great around here. Here's some green. You can tell they plant a lot more red cabbage than green cabbage. So I don't know. I did a lot of amendments to my soil, so maybe I'll have better luck, or it just won't turn out too good. But I did plant some red cabbage too, but I did the opposite ratio. I have a lot more green cabbage than red cabbage. These are awesome. I thought these were leeks because they kind of look like them, but they're not. This is garlic. And I was going to plant garlic this year until the girl told me you have to plant these. These are like tulips. You plant them in November and then they come up now. So I kind of missed the boat on that. But I am preparing a spot at my home where I have some raised beds where I'll plant these. When I clear out at the end of the season, I'll plant a bunch of garlic because I want some nice organic garlic next year. I'll plant, I don't know, this is a lot. I'd probably plant like 3 rows of this in November. And here's some more stuff right here. More cabbage, kale, a lot of kale. And then other people, some people take a lot of time. I took a lot of time to furrow up the soil and make rows and beds, and then some people don't. They just walk in here and just plant. So I'm interested to see how that works out. There's a gentleman over there. I know he does a lot of work. This guy. How are you? He is a hard-working man. He is out here tilling all the time. So good for him. So he's over there looking at his garden. Looks like I'm in a spot that hasn't been planted yet. So that's cool. Everybody gets a little bit of manure compost, I guess. I got a bunch of it. I'm over there in the smaller garden spots, and the way I've got things situated over there's going to be a lot of food coming out of there if it comes up. So you don't necessarily need a huge spot. As a matter of fact, I would venture to say that people who have big spots don't take advantage of it as well as they should or could. Not should, but could. So, there's a lot of space here. The people are planting way down there. I know they're planting corn. So there'll be cornfield here. Over there, you can't see it. Near where those houses are, there's other fields just over the ridge there. And in here, this is all ryegrass. And it's planted to, when it gets folded in at the end of the season, you'll be able to re-neutralize the soil, which is very important. The soil here isn't that great, so that's all right. This is over here is not actually pretty good. I think some of it gets the runoffs from the wetlands over there, but some of it is pretty dry and just doesn't have a lot of nutrition in it, you can tell. So this is it. And then, when they cut this grass at the end of the year and throw it in, they're also going to late in the season plant some oats and some I don't know whether they said bulgur or barley or buckwheat, something, and that'll also get turned into the soil and rejuvenate the soil for next year's planting. So that's about it. Just another beautiful day on the farm. I'm enjoying it. Beautiful clouds, nice place to be. And I'm gonna go back, get my wagon full of tree gold and spread it all over the beds where I'm planting tomatoes. Tomatoes this year, I've only planted because honestly, most of the tomatoes that I'm going to harvest this year, I haven't even planted the seeds yet. I'm going to do it this week. And there's 2 kind of tomato plants. There's indeterminate and determinate. And the indeterminate are the ones that kind of grow and you get kind of tomatoes all year. They get high, usually about 6 feet high. And they just keep, kind of reaping rewards all year long if you take care of them properly. And so I planted some of those now, and only about probably less than half of what I will plant of those. There's a bunch of onions right here. Holy cow, a bunch of onions, a bunch of kale, a bunch of purple kale, which is nice. And there's this is the dinosaur kale right here. So that's cool. And the seeds I'm going to plant are going to be the determinate variety, which they grow and only for about a 2-week period you harvest. And those are going to be all my plum tomatoes, my Roma tomatoes, all the Italian style tomatoes, and the San Marzano tomatoes. Those are all determinate, and you only have about a 2 or 3 week harvest on those. And they like the really warm weather, so we really haven't had really warm weather until the last couple of days. So I'm going to plant the seeds either tomorrow or the next day, kind of pre-germinate them, and hopefully have good luck with that. And then plan on like sometime in August to have a big harvest, and I'll probably plant 40 or 50 of those plants. Just the determinate, just the Italian style plum, San Marzano plum tomatoes and Roma tomatoes. And then again, I'm also going to plant a bunch more indeterminate types. I have like 4 different types over there. I'm going to play around with those and go from there. So that's it. We're in the field.